Ring Kings Boxing, we up in this thing. Shout out to the family. I'm Big Q chiming in on this episode. Man, we didn't get what we wanted, which was the fight of Errol Spence and Bud Crawford. We didn't get that right now at this fair juncture of time, but definitely on the horizon as Bud bowed out. We covered that on the previous episode of Ring Kings Boxing. But what's next for Errol Spence? That's the next question. Spence ordered to fight Keith Thurman. Remember what Spence said that he'll never fight Keith Thurman? Remember he got the belts because Thurman pretty much ducked him when Thurman had the belt. You remember that? But now it appears that they will have to fight. Let's go into this article right here from Bleacher Report. As it's shown, Errol Spence ordered to defend his welterweight title versus Keith Thurman. So let's get into it. WBC has ordered welterweight champion Errol Spence to defend his belt against Keith Thurman. The order occurred during the WBC's convention in Mexico, per Mike Coppinger, who also noted that Spence could defend his unified welterweight championship. Spence, who's 32, with 28-0, 22 knockouts during his professional career, most recently retained the WBC and IBF welterweight titles and won the WBA belt after a 10-round TKO of Udenis Ugas last April. Now, Thurman, who'll be 34 in November, is 29-1 with one no contest lifetime. So his only loss was to boxing legend Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao by split decision in July of 2019. That match resulted in Thurman losing the WBA welterweight title. Since then, he's earned a unanimous decision victory over Mario Barrios last February. Now, Thurman fight has materialized after negotiations between Spence and welterweight champion Terence Bud Crawford, who's 38-0, fell through. And Coppinger threw this little information in it to kind of add. Crawford remains in talks to face Errol Spence Jr. for the undisputed 147-pound championship. But when it became clear to Crawford that the PBC was now targeting the first quarter of 2023, then you know what happened with that, man. For that fight, he decided to push forward with a title defense to ensure he, like Spence, fought at least once in 2022. Instead, Crawford will fight David Avanesyan on December the 10th, according to USA. And we covered that as well. So now that we know who Bud's fighting, now we know who's Errol's fighting, and that'll be Keith Thurman as ordered by the WBC. So very interesting right here on that fight. And speaking of the fight between Errol Spence and Keith Thurman, who do you guys think will win that fight? Put it in the comment section. Me personally, I think Errol Spence will beat Keith Thurman. I think Errol Spence is a strong body puncher, while Keith Thurman is a guy that don't take body punching well. So I think Errol Spence is strong, where Keith Thurman is definitely weak. But it could be an intriguing fight until I think Errol gets him out of there late in the fight. So what do you guys think? Put it in the comment section how you feel about this potential bout between Errol Spence and Keith Thurman. It's not exactly what we wanted in Bud Crawford and Errol Spence Jr., but at least that'll be something on the horizon for 2023. Gives us something to look forward to in the welterweight division. So with that being said, put in the comment section below, let me know how you feel about a potential Errol Spence and Keith Thurman fight. Put it in the comment section. Also, feel free to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the share button, and make Ring Kings Boxing your favorite boxing show out there. I'm Big Q, and I'm going to holler at you guys on the flip side. Peace. I'm on to the next one.